The mahogany doors of Anderson and Associates law firm loomed before me, a fitting backdrop for what was about to unfold. My father's will reading should have been a somber affair, but my stepbrother Marcus had turned it into another opportunity to remind me where I stood in the family hierarchy, firmly at the bottom. "Look who decided to show up." Marcus's voice dripped with disdain as I entered the conference room. He sat beside his sister Emma, both dressed in expensive black attire that screamed old money. My stepmother Diana perched between them, dabbing at dry eyes with a monogrammed handkerchief. I chose a seat at the far end of the table, smoothing down my simple black dress, the same one I'd worn to countless business meetings where I'd been underestimated. Some habits die hard. "This is a private reading," Diana announced, her voice sharp. "For family only." I remained seated, my expression neutral. "I am family. Dad's daughter, remember?" Emma laughed, the sound brittle and cruel. "Oh please. You stopped being family the moment you refused to join Harrison Industries. How long has it been since Dad even spoke to you?" 5 years. He was wrong. It had been 6 years, 2 months and 13 days since my father had given me an ultimatum. Take my rightful place at Harrison Industries or be cut off completely. I'd chosen freedom, walking away from the family business to build something of my own. "Miss Harrison." Mr. Anderson, the family lawyer, cleared his throat. "Perhaps it would be best if I leave." I finished for him, opening my laptop. "Actually, your timing is perfect. There's something everyone needs to see." Marcus stood up, his 6'2" frame meant to intimidate. "This is ridiculous. Security." "Sit down, Marcus," I said quietly. "You'll want to hear this." "How dare you give orders to my son?" Diana hissed. "You're nothing but a disappointment. Your father said so himself." The words stung, but I'd grown immune to their venom over the years. While they'd been busy running Harrison Industries into the ground, I'd been building an empire in silence. They just didn't know it yet. "Speaking of Harrison Industries," I continued, turning my laptop around. "Have you checked the stock price today?" Emma snorted. "Unlike you, we're actually involved in the company." "Of course we've dash." She stopped mid-sentence, her face draining of color as she saw the screen. "What is it?" Diana demanded, leaning forward. Then she saw it too. Harrison Industries stock had plummeted to nearly zero. Marcus grabbed the laptop, his hands shaking. "This is impossible. We had fail-safes, measures in place." "Had being the operative word," I said, retrieving my computer. "It seems someone's been buying up company debt for the past 3 years. Someone who called in all those loans simultaneously this morning." The room fell silent. Even Mr. Anderson had stopped shuffling his papers. "Who would?" Diana's voice trailed off as realization dawned. Her eyes locked onto mine, seeing me, really seeing me for the first time in years. I pulled out my phone, checking the notification that had just buzzed through. Perfect timing. The acquisition is complete." I looked up at their stunned faces. "Harrison Industries now belongs to Phoenix Global. Or should I say, it belongs to me." "You're lying," Marcus sputtered. "There's no way you could afford $2. I cut in smoothly. "That's all your precious company was worth after I finished. Poetic, isn't it? The daughter you threw away now owns everything." Emma lunged for her designer handbag, probably reaching for her phone to verify my claims. But I knew what she'd find. The business news was already breaking, spreading across financial networks like wildfire. "This is a trick," Diana declared, but her voice wavered. "Mr. Anderson, proceed with the will reading. We'll deal with her delusions later." The lawyer cleared his throat again, looking uncomfortable. "Actually, Mrs. Harrison, given these developments, the will reading may need to be postponed until ownership of the company assets can be legally verified." I stood up, gathering my things unhurriedly. "Don't bother postponing. I already know what's in the will. To my disappointment of a daughter, I leave nothing. Isn't that right, Diana? You helped him write it after all." She flinched, confirming my words. "The thing is," I continued, "while you were all busy writing me out of the will, I was writing myself into something bigger. The company, the properties, the vacation homes, everything that was supposed to be your inheritance, it's all mine now." Marcus took a threatening step toward me. "You can't do this to us. We're family." I smiled, remembering all the times they'd used that word as a weapon against me. "Family? Let me tell you what I've learned about family." Family, I continued, closing my laptop slowly, doesn't force you to eat in the kitchen during business dinners. Family doesn't spread rumors about your mental instability when you choose your own path. And family certainly doesn't celebrate when their father cuts off his own daughter. Diana's perfectly maintained facade cracked slightly. You ungrateful dash. Save it, I cut her off. I have 6 years of security footage from the Harrison mansion. Every dinner where you plotted against me, every conversation about how to handle the disappointment. My favorite is from last Christmas, where you convinced Dad to remove me from his will while he was on medication. Emma's face went pale. You bugged our house. No, I accessed the security system you never bothered to update. The same system that recorded Marcus embezzling funds last year, and Emma's creative accounting to hide it. I pulled out a USB drive, placing it carefully on the conference table. Would the board be interested in seeing that footage? Marcus lunged for the drive, but I snatched it back. Copies, Marcus. I have dozens of copies. What do you want? Diana's voice had lost its edge, fear creeping in around the corners. I sat back down, smoothing my dress. Let me tell you a story. 6 years ago I started a small consulting firm. You all laughed, called it my little hobby. But while you were busy running Harrison Industries on reputation alone, I was building something real. Phoenix Global now owns companies across 3 continents. We specialize in acquiring failing businesses, ones run into the ground by entitled heirs who never learned the value of hard work. Mr. Anderson cleared his throat. Perhaps we should reschedule Dash. No need, I said firmly. I have a meeting with the Harrison Industries board in an hour. They're eager to meet their new owner, especially after I showed them the proof of Marcus's embezzlement. Emma grabbed her brother's arm. You said nobody would find out. Oh, they found out, I smiled. They just kept quiet because I asked them to. Amazing how cooperative people become when they realize you hold their futures in your hands. Diana stood up, her designer suit suddenly looking like costume jewelry. All flash, no substance. You can't just walk in here and take everything. We'll fight this. With what money? I asked quietly. The company accounts are frozen. The mansion's security codes have been changed. Even your credit cards will stop working. I checked my watch, right about now. As if on cue, Emma's phone buzzed. She grabbed it, her face contorting as she read the message. My card was just declined at Bergdorf's. They canceled my entire account. That's just the beginning, I said, standing up. The cars will be repossessed this afternoon. The vacation homes are being seized as company assets. The private jet's clearance has been revoked. Marcus slumped into his chair, his arrogance finally cracking. Dad would never have wanted this. Dad wanted a lot of things, I replied. He wanted me to be a good little soldier in his corporate army. He wanted to control my life just like he controlled yours. The difference is I chose freedom. Freedom. Diana spat. You chose revenge. No, I shook my head. Revenge would be leaving you all penniless. Instead, I'm offering you jobs. The room fell silent. Jobs. Emma whispered, horror creeping into her voice. Entry-level positions, of course. You'll need to work your way up just like everyone else. Though, I paused, pretending to consider, the employee cafeteria does have a nice kitchen section if you prefer to eat there. Diana's face turned red with rage. You think you can humiliate us like this? Humiliate you? I laughed softly. You did that yourselves. I'm offering you a chance to learn what real work feels like. To earn something instead of inheriting it. I grabbed my bag and got ready to leave. You have until tomorrow to decide, I said. After that, well, the job market's tough. Just as I reached the door, Marcus called out, desperate. Wait. Don't you want to know what Dad left you in the will? I turned around. He left me the best thing of all, motivation to succeed without him. The rest. I looked around. I took it myself. As I walked out of the law office, I felt free. Years of judgment and being treated like I was nothing, gone. My phone buzzed. The board at Harrison Industries wanted to meet early. They were eager to meet their new owner, someone who used to serve them coffee. I smiled. Funny what people say when they think no one important is listening. 1 month later, I sat in my father's old office. Everything had changed. The dark furniture was gone, replaced with clean, bright space. Harrison Industries had become Phoenix Global East. My phone lit up. A message from Diana. This apartment isn't fit for someone of my status. I smiled. The two-bedroom place she was living in now was a big step down, but it was more than most people had. Emma had quit after 3 days in the mailroom. She complained about paper cuts. Marcus lasted 1 week in accounting before giving up. Now they were living off Diana, who was struggling in her new role as a junior office manager. A knock at the door. "Come in," I said. Linda walked in. Once a receptionist like me, now head of HR. "We've got the performance reviews, including notes on your step-siblings' short time here." "Let me guess," I said. "They gave themselves glowing reviews?" Linda laughed. "Emma said mail sorting was beneath her. Marcus said he should be CFO. I shook my head. They used to treat Linda like a servant. Now she had the power to fire them. "There's more," Linda said, her face serious. He handed me a folder. "We found your father's personal letters. All written to you. None sent." I stared at them in shock. "He followed your journey," she added. "He knew you were behind Phoenix Global almost from the start." The last letter was dated the day before he died. Once alone I opened it. "My dearest daughter. I've watched you succeed without me. You chose your own path and you were right. I was too proud to admit it. The company is yours now, as it always should have been. You earned it, not through birthright but through your own strength. Love." That. Tears filled my eyes. "Linda," I said through the intercom. "Schedule a board meeting for tomorrow." The next day I stood before the board. My father's letter was safe in my desk. "I have some changes to announce," I told them. I talked about building a better future. Clean technology, scholarships for underprivileged students, and a company where people rise through hard work, not family ties. Outside the conference room I saw Diana watching. She was dressed simply today and had arrived on time. Maybe she was finally learning. After the meeting she came to my office. "I saw the scholarship announcement," she said. "You named it after your father." "The Charles Harrison Foundation," I nodded. "It'll help students who want to find their own path." Diana looked unsure. "He would have been proud of you." "I know," I said. "But are you ready to really be part of this? Not fake it. Not wait for something easier." She nodded. "I want to try." "Good," I said. "Because here success is earned. Even for family." As she walked away I looked out the window. The new company logo, a phoenix rising, shone in the sunlight. 6 years ago I was cut off. And that turned out to be the best gift he ever gave me. My phone buzzed again. Marcus and Emma were begging for money. I deleted the messages. They made their choices, just like I made mine. No. I had a company to run.